What do you know about HPV?
Hello, Abby. What brings you in today?
Hi, Dr. Morris. I've been hearing some things about HPV lately, and I was wondering if you could help me understand more about the virus and how it could affect me. Like, who even has this virus?
It's more common than it may appear. In fact, you probably know a lot of people with HPV. About 80% of sexually active people will get HPV in their lifetime, but most won't even know. Approximately 65.2% of men who get HPV are asymptomatic.
Oh, what? How does this virus even work in people?
Here's a simple chart to help you understand HPV better. HPV can be transmitted through bodily fluids, and so it can be transmitted sexually. There are over 100 types of HPV, and 40 of them are spread through sexual contact. It is the most common sexually transmitted virus in the US. The diagram here shows various strains of HPV that you can be infected with, and some of the symptoms. Please note that the genital warts are caused by a different strain than the strains that cause cancer.
Wait, what? HPV can cause cancer?
HPV can cause cancers in the tissues of the cervix.
How does a virus cause cervical cancer?
Here is a graph from a meta-study on how HPV operates on a population and cellular level. This graph shows the process of cancer developing in the cervix. HPV first starts by infecting the outer skin of the cervix. It uses these cells to spread into the base layer, shown on this graph as the basal layer right there. Do you see that?
Yeah, I see that.
Due to the way the cells in the basal layer function, the virus causes the cells in the cervix to start growing rapidly and fail to commit apoptosis, also known as cell suicide. Thus, unchecked cellular growth becomes damaging cancer that can lead to death. I've labeled the cancer as growth here. Although HPV can cause cervical cancer in women, men can also become infected with HPV and suffer from severe symptoms. In addition to the genital warts, they can develop penile cancer, throat cancer, and anal cancer. This virus has some serious symptoms. The vaccine could prevent some of these. Have you thought about getting it?
Well, doctor, I don't really think I want to get the vaccine. I've heard so many bad things about it online. I've heard that the shot itself hurts a lot and will make me really sick. I've heard that I could go into early menopause and it could cause a severe allergic reaction. I also heard that some girl in the UK died after getting the vaccine. And the other day, while I was scrolling through Instagram, I saw this post. It feels like I can just not trust this vaccine. There are warning signs everywhere that this vaccine will severely hurt or even kill me.
Well, you sure have heard a lot about this vaccine. While some of these things, such as the death of the girl in the UK, are true, there's no statistical link to any of these severe side effects like menopause. The vaccine for HPV is over 99% effective in preventing pre-cancer. This is basically a vaccine for one type of cancer. The vaccine comes in 2 doses, so if you were to decide to get it, you would need to make sure that you go back in for your second dose. If you decide to get the vaccine, just know that it can cause pain and swelling in the area where the shot is administered. You may also feel tired, nauseous, or feel like you have a headache afterwards. I still highly recommend this vaccine because of the cancer that it could potentially protect you from. Cancer may seem impossible to you because you're young, but that's why it's even more important to get it now. But you can still get the HPV vaccine as late as 45 years old. A lot of what you heard is misinformation. There are a lot of controversy about vaccines right now, and the HPV vaccine is not immune to that. Instead of listening to the fake news, come to a doctor with your questions or do more of your own research using reputable sources. There are a lot of young women who don't understand the severity of HPV and are frightened of the vaccine, so you're not alone. It can be difficult to tell the facts from the myths when it comes to this virus. In a study of almost 200,000 young women, 46 developed ovarian insufficiency, but none of these cases were associated with HPV or other routine adolescent vaccines. While there have been deaths reported to the CDC after HPV vaccination, these have been investigated and there is no evidence that the vaccine led to any of these deaths. Studies conducted for over 3 million people have failed to find any consistent relationship or connection between HPV and autoimmune disease. Some believe that it is possible to be too young to receive the HPV vaccine. However, the vaccine actually promotes an immune response that is stronger than natural infection, and data from large clinical trials has shown to persist steadily for 5 to 10 years. In fact, the vaccine works even better when given at younger ages, which is why we need to only give 2 doses before age 15 to get the same protection as 3 doses after 15. In fact, the vaccine works even better at younger ages.
I understand how serious HPV is, but I don't even know anyone with the virus. Can it really be that bad?
You may think that HPV is harmless because you don't know anyone with it, but this virus is actually much more prevalent than you think. In the mid-2000s in Brazil, HPV in young males and females increased, and the number of HPV-related throat tumors increased from 40.5% to 72.2%. The last thing we want is for there to be another HPV outbreak because people aren't prepared.
I feel like personally, the pros of the vaccine outweigh the cons. This vaccine is something that I would like to get in order to ensure that I stay healthy throughout my life, specifically in order to avoid cervical cancer. But where do I go from here in order to get the vaccine?
You can get the vaccine through your primary care doctor. The vaccine is also available for appointment at community health clinics, school health clinics, and other health departments. The vaccine is around every street corner. Thank you for watching.